G'day, fellas. Welcome to Rad Dads and Lads. Tonight's event is all about creating a healthier, happier, wealthier lifestyle. If you're just joining us tonight, I'll just you can check in the chat button down the bottom and click where you're zooming in from. I'd love to hear where you're coming from. We've got a few lads from down in New South Wales and the Gold Coast. So yeah, people from all over the place. That's what I love about this, is we're interactive. So everybody can just chat in there. That's awesome. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is just a cruisy little event that we've got going just for fellas that are looking for a better way, or maybe perhaps you already love what you're doing, but you're looking for that little bit more, that little bit of zest in your life. I seem to come across a lot of fellas who are kind of stressed out with certain things that are going on with work or in their personal life or relationships or whatever, and they just can't put their finger on what it is that they really want more of in life. And I think a lot of it really comes down to a bit more freedom and being able to do the things that we love with either family or friends. I don't believe that we're destined to go and work 8, 10, 12 hours a day of our life and just to have a couple of days on the weekend to try and catch up on all the stuff around home and try and get ahead in life. Like, there's more to it than that. I mean, we're taught a crazy system in life, and I think it's great that I'm a boat builder by trade. I've gone out and worked my ass off definitely in life, and been a firefighter as well, and done all kinds of things, sailed around the world, but there was always something more that I wanted, and I didn't feel quite fulfilled inside. And when I talk to a lot of other lads around the place, they seem to say the same thing. They want to be camping or surfing or doing the things that they love more of, right? And it makes sense to do that, because that's what we are. We're human beings, and we tell ourselves all these stories of why we can't have stuff, and really we've got a chance to rewrite that at any given moment of our life. I find that stress is kind of caused from all kinds of things. Oxidative stress is a big killer in life, and it boils down to a few different things. There's a massive epidemic going on in the world, with lots of people that are unhealthy. It's a given fact, that we're living in an unhealthy world, and there's more and more people getting cancers, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. The list goes on and on, seeing abnormalities in childhood behaviours and obesities and all kinds of things. And we've got all these things on supermarket shelves and stuff like that. So many processed foods out there and all kinds of things that just aren't sustaining us with our busy lifestyles, because we're always trying to grab something quick on the run. And although everyone would like to live in the ideal healthy world, we're all told to eat our fruit and veggies every day. It's just not possible to do that every single day of our life. The way that we do life is becoming busier. There's a lot of stuff happening online these days, and different trends are going on. And so the world's speeding up. And so we've come up with a bit of a product and a program to help relieve some of these things in our lives and just give people a little bit of sense of security and help them find their way and their passion and their purpose and what they're really destined to love and do and want to create in their life. And so for me, I as I mentioned before, I'm a boat builder and a firefighter. And about 9 years ago, I was run over by a drunk driver, broke my back and pelvis. Lucky to be alive, multiple injuries. And over that period of time, I rehabilitated myself. I did all the kinds of mental, physical, emotional, spiritual ways to rehabilitate myself. I'd been to all different kind of naturopaths and people around the world just to kind of help me out and get me back on track. And I'd taken all these painkillers and everything, and I just never felt 100%. Then at the end of 2015, I had another head-on car crash and broke my back and had injured my back again, and it brought on all the pain from the previous accident. So I was sort of at a bit of a standstill again, thinking, what the hell's going on? And I came across a chiropractor at the time to help my back out, and this is when he introduced me to an incredible whole food product called Juice Plus. And so that's what we're here to talk about. It's simply just that. I was a bit astounded when I first came across it because I was already on my way to feeling good. I was eating all the right stuff, juicing every day. I thought I was the value of health, I suppose, and any bloke seems to think they are, but obviously I wasn't being able to get all the nutrients in my body that my body needed. And so when I checked this out, I found that it's a really simple thing. There's 3 different blends of fruit, veggies, and berries. There's a vegetable blend, a berry blend, and a fruit blend of 30 different varieties, grown to the peak time of ripeness. There's all kinds of goodness in there, stuff that you normally probably wouldn't eat on a day-to-day basis. I think most of us go and buy the fruit and veggies from the supermarket and eat the same thing most week to week. But the problem with a lot of fruit and veggies that you buy in the supermarkets, they're not picked. They're picked early, or they're gassed, or they're sprayed, or they're sitting on the shelves for a long time, so they just don't have the nutrients there. Whereas this stuff is grown to the peak time of ripeness. It's then blended up and juiced and extracted with the moisture content out, so it just leaves all the phytonutrients, all the living enzymes, and then it's encapsulated into a vegan capsule, so it doesn't get a chance to oxidize, which is brilliant because people with allergies and that kind of thing can take this stuff. It's bioavailable. It goes straight into the bloodstream within 3 to 5 minutes of taking it. And when I first took it, within the first 2 weeks of taking it, I didn't have the stabbing, the back pain feeling I'd been putting up with, which was mind-blowing for me. I've been having that problem for years, and I haven't had to take any painkillers. So it was like, wow, this is the real deal. This stuff really works. So I got a lot of belief in it from day dot, basically a few weeks in of taking it. And you never know what it's going to do to anybody's body. Everybody has different effects from it. And we'll hear from a couple of guys soon that'll tell you what it's done for them. But for me, definitely, it's made a massive difference in my life. I can't believe how much more energy I've got. I'm sleeping better. I'm, waking up refreshed, and just don't have that foggy brain that I used to have. I'm able to concentrate better in the day and read a book properly, whereas before I'd sort of get lost in stuff and all kinds of things, little changes over time. And I was just blown away because I'd tried so many other things. I'd never come across anything that worked so well and so simple. So this is basically all I have, and it's not a replacement for eating. I still eat as much goodness. Actually, in fact, because your body, you're feeding it with the right goodness, it wants more. So I'm eating more fruit and veggies. I'm eating more salads and things, and your body craves that. And so, I checked right into it and found that there's over 40 different peer-reviewed medical studies done on it all around the world from leading universities, which was mind-blowing to see. So the research is there. If you're into research, you want to check it out, we've got all that, and we can send you all that info if you're right up there. I won't go into detail, but it's there. We can check it out. So that was really something for me that really sort of hit the nail on the head to say, yeah, this is the real deal. And so what I found was that I don't have kids, but I was told about these free chews. So these come free if an adult's on the fruit, veggies, and berry capsules. And these are the same powders mixed with a tapioca and a vegetable pectin to form a soft chew version. And so parents that have got fussy kids, or most kids are like me, never ate their fruit and veggies very often. I was addicted to Vegemite Sangers. And this is a great way to get that extra nutrition into your kids. There's a child health study that's been going on. Over 1 million kids in the last 10 years have been on this study, and they've found some incredible changes. Kids that have behavioural problems are helping them out. Their concentration levels, they're sleeping better, they're eating more fruit and vegetables. Some of my mates' kids, they find them in the veggie crisper eating a carrot or munging on some tomatoes or something like that, stuff that they were like, what is going on? So, you know, especially noticed that recently with my girlfriend, her young bloke, he's been on this for about 4 or 5 months, and we noticed him the other day just munching out on some carrots and fruit that he'd knocked up for himself, and he was always into the lollies, and he doesn't go for them anymore, which is awesome to see. So it's really amazing, you know. The body has an innate way of healing, given it the right goodness. So that's basically all it is. We've also got another product, which is an Omega blend, which I don't have here, but I have tried it. And that is brilliant for like joints and heart health, brain. I was recently just on a trial of it before it came available, and it really made a huge difference to my body. Like, I was already feeling great from this, but just to have that added extra lubrication in my joints and that, because they got a bit stiff if I was stuck in awkward positions or something, you know, sometimes being at the boatyard. So that stuff is top notch. And we've got and they're all your micronutrients. So your body definitely needs micronutrients, and your body needs macronutrients to survive. What we've got here is a sachet of a chocolate blend. We have also got a vanilla blend, but I'm out because they're so good. I mix these in with a smoothie. There's some awesome stuff in here, which sounds pretty horrible. It's got some chickpeas in there, radish sprouts, broccoli sprouts, mushroom powder, spirulina powder. Now, the mushroom powder that's in there is the yucca mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms. They have the highest form of vitamin D in any plant you can get. And so we're all told the sun's out there to come and kill us. So this is a great way to get that extra vitamin D in your body. You know, and a lot of blokes I know that are out and about, especially in the tradie world, are they're eating or drinking, like Red Bull or some kind of energy drink or a chocolate breaker or something to get them through the day. And then they wonder why they feel like shit later on. And this is an awesome way to sustain that energy in your body. I knock one down for smoko, sometimes an arvo snack, just to keep me rocking through the day. And it's brilliant, you know. Whack it in a smoothie or just mix it with some water and you're set to go. So it's really a great way to keep up that, sustain that energy and keep those macronutrients in your body. And so what I've found is being able to give your body that extra goodness. You can stay on top of things and just be beaming like you. I really think that a lot of us sort of forgotten what health actually feels like and to feel good. And I certainly didn't know that. I've found that I'm feeling this extra level. So it's brilliant. And so we're going to hear from a couple of lads that have had some amazing, incredible success with this product. And I'm going to shoot across to Edward first, mate. I'll unmute you, brother, and you're set to go. I would love to hear how Juice Plus came into your life and, you know, what's like been since you've been taking it and what you're excited for. You ready, set to go?
Yeah, I'm Ed. Juice Plus came into my life about 11 months ago. I was at a bit of a low, and you know, I've had issues with depression since I was a child, and it's just been ongoing over the years, and with no real rhyme or reason to why. And so I found out about 10 years ago I had a couple of food allergies, mainly wheat and dairy, and you know, I'd had funny guts for years and never thought anything of it. You know, there was in my teens and 20s, you know, guys I always thought, you know, had a bit of gas or, you know, funny tummies. I thought it was pretty standard. And, you know, got really crook in my mid-30s, and it was like I had the flu for about 4 months straight, and they worked out it was, you know, a few food allergies. I got rid of a few foods that were irritating my body, and started to get better, but still never quite had the energy I thought I should have. It was like I had when I was in my teens, I had glandular fever. It's like I had that ever since. And Jamin introduced me to Juice Plus just through a post on Facebook. I noticed, and just sounded like it was something I really needed to try. Always thought, fruit, veg, what's that going to do? But, I was at a bit of a loss as to, there must be some magic pill maybe that was going to make me feel better. And, I was really struggling at the time with anxiety and stress at work. And within about 4 hours of taking the stuff on the first day, I noticed my anxiety was almost gone. It was just, still low mood, but just anxiety had just disappeared. So I was just like, wow, this is, I'm gonna keep taking this for sure. And just gradually things got better and better, and my energy was increasing, my sleep was getting better, and just haven't looked back. Just keep taking it, and I've been on antidepressants for about 10 years, but over the last few months I've started taking the shakes as well, and I've noticed my mood's just really starting to level out, and just dropped my meds back on that as well. So hoping to get to the stage where I can be clear of all the medication as well. So always on the improve.
That's awesome, brother. I love to hear your story. Thanks for sharing, mate. It's amazing to see the difference in you already. You're a lot chirpier and sparkier, and be able to get through your day better and think clearer. And the brilliant part about those shakes is they've got a natural antidepressant in them, the niacin that's in there. And, a lot of people, my mum, she was on the antidepressants. She's stopped taking them now since she's been on the shakes, So, and I've heard a lot of other people have had a similar experience. So, we just never know what it's going to do in anybody's body at any time. So it's definitely an amazing thing. Mate, we're going to hear now from Mitchell. He's got another awesome story. You are unmuted, my man, and set to go. Love to hear what's happening for you.
All right, g'day guys, how we going? I got introduced to Juice Plus about 5 months ago now. My partner actually introduced me to the Juice Plus product. My main thing was my confidence levels. 4 months ago, there's no way I would be here in front of you guys talking. My main concern was my skin condition as well. I don't know if it's a generic thing, but my dad also suffered from really bad acne. I have really large pores, and being a mechanic, they seem to get clogged. My skin was just absolutely terrible. Always drank energy drinks. Throughout the day, I never touched water, either drank energy drinks or coffee. Which played, a massive effect on my skin as well, I reckon. So once I got introduced to Juice Plus, I noticed my cravings definitely for energy drinks lowered. I think more the fact that my natural energy levels increased, as well as waking up in the mornings. That was another big thing for me. Sort of having that bit of a hazy feel, not concentrating in the mornings. But now I'm definitely a lot clearer. Within 10 minutes of waking up, I'm out of bed, ready to go out the door. So yeah, Juice Plus has definitely changed me crazily, massive amounts. So drinking water as well is a massive thing for me now. That's all I feel my body craving. So I drink a lot of water. And also my main thing was sticking to diet plans. I've recently just done a 10-week body transformation challenge. My biggest thing was trying to stick to a diet plan. I always got distracted, eating bad foods. But now, I don't know, it's a lot easier. I can feel my body wanting to eat healthy. It's a lot easier to stick to a diet plan. And as well as I have a really, really bad knee. Literally just had surgery about a month ago. So I was very depressed. So my partner could see that in me as well. Over the last 6 months, I've been really, really depressed with this knee. So just, getting on this product has just changed my whole outlook on everything. I mean, I'm feeling good. My confidence is so much more higher. I mean, and to me, nutrition is very, very important. And I find trying to stock my fridge up with, you know, fruit, veggie every single day is a massive challenge. I mean, food doesn't last as long. Obviously, it's not full of preservatives and all those bad things as well in most bad foods. I mean, but Juice Plus to me provides, you know, all your essential nutrients that you need, and it's scientifically proven. So for me, I'm a big facts guy, and I have to do my research on the product. Because to me, taking a capsule sounded ridiculous. I'm like, how can this, you know, simple capsule change your life so much? And hearing other people's stories as well is just amazing, and has helped me sort of come on terms. Okay, I will try Juice Plus. So now having it, I definitely won't look back. And I'm only 5 months into it now. Yes, most of you guys are into it a lot longer than I have been. So I'm definitely keen to see what the future holds with this company for sure. That's pretty much my story, guys.
Awesome, mate. I love that. That's brilliant to hear. I can definitely resonate on the progress of inflammation in the body and how it can heal. You know, it is absolutely incredible what it can do to your body when you have got those aches and pains or anything that's going on. So we're going to change gears a little bit and talk a little bit about how we can get this product out to people in the business side of things. So we're going to hear from an awesome fella who's on the line, James, and he's going to give us a quick rundown on the way we do business and some of the different ways to normal business. Mate, you're unmuted. Let's hear what you got to tell us.
Love it. Thanks, mate. And thanks, fellas, for sharing. Not easy to share stuff like that, is it? You know, I know for myself, I mean it, well done, because I know for myself, you know, very rarely, and certainly in the beginning when I started taking it, I probably wasn't going to talk about my health and how I felt with anyone. So, you know, fortunately, 10 years ago, I got put onto this product. I was looking for, you know, to better my health. And, you know, amongst all the things I was trying, someone I looked up to and someone I certainly respected in a big way with health said, try Juice Plus. I did, and within just a handful of weeks, I had more energy, and I'd been getting constant cold sores, and they just went away. The big thing for me was I had a newborn, so A, more energy, but B, I could kiss her without the fear of giving my baby a cold sore. So I've been on it now close to 10 years. And certainly from a product standpoint, I'll never be off it. The other thing, or the next thing, if you will, that really stuck to me was the community, or the tribe, as we call it now. It's a pretty cool word. It's an in word, isn't it? The tribe. But it was the stories and knowing that it was making an impact with people. I loved hearing that, and that was great. You know, my day-to-day or job, you know, was more in the corporate sector, and I'd run full tilt in that, anywhere from 50, 60, 70 hours a week. So being able to tap out of that and hear something just normal and real that was grounded, really, you know, I loved. I really, really did. And that as well is a big part of this business for me. But what, you know, has been the big changer has been the biz, as JMO said. You know, I worked in that corporate environment. You know, many of us familiar with that, or any organisational structure, you know, and I've done the right thing. You know, I've been to school, university, work hard, get a good job, work harder, get a better job, work harder, and you're really in there, right? You know, I'd worked in several medium-sized organisations, you know, worked my way up till I was reporting to the CEO. And what I found was the higher you got, the more the pressure got, right? You could make some really good money, and that's what drove me. But at the end as well, I realised I was quite trapped in that corporate environment. And it's funny, right? Because that's a pyramid. So when people, every now and then, someone will say, hey, Juice Plus, is that one of those pyramid things? You know, I have a good chat to them and I say, well, what do you know about it? Or what do you mean by that? Or, you know, if I know them pretty well, I'll say, I'll tell you about pyramids. I worked in one for 25 years and it nearly burnt me out, really burnt me out physically. I felt I was bulletproof mentally, but it was certainly taking a toll on me. So that notion that we have to work in this org structure forever and on a rat race, I found a different way out with Juice Plus. You know, no secret that my wife Linda had become quite successful at it. My best buddy Adam Westwick was playing more golf, having more fun than me, and actually going on holidays and trips, sometimes with my wife, which I loved because you'd have her back. But I thought, geez, I've got to get a better life and I've got to get involved. Because with Juice Plus, I saw anything but a pyramid. I saw an org structure that was quite flat, all right, that had unlimited entry at the bottom and unlimited potential to rise to the key position, which is called National Marketing Director. By contrast, enter here, climb the ranks, and end up, trying to be the CEO, report into him. This was unlimited. The big changer was for me when I realised in here I was stuck. I wouldn't rely on anyone. I couldn't trust anyone. I certainly didn't think anyone could do as good a job as me. I was pretty, I guess, a bit of a smart ass in that, but I just expected high standards and I wasn't going to trust that to anyone. So I was a complete silo. I could not get any more productivity out of myself, and I was alone in that. But with Juice Plus, what I found was unless you help others and actually unless you're willing to receive help, you're not going to grow. And that was a revelation for me because it dawned on me quite early in that this wasn't about me. And if I let go of things, I'd actually have people who wanted to take the reins, do it themselves as a business, and I actually couldn't stop that. And that blew me away because I was still working in this job, and a young guy called Ben, his name was, he's actually one of my clients. I worked in investment services. One of my clients said to me, buddy, I want to make real money. How do you do it? Can you teach me? I said, all right. I said, I'll show you something better. Come along to an event at the house and I can show you a very smart way that modern business people, young people are making money in a big way. By the end of the prezzo, Ben was in. By the morning, his sister Kate was in. By the end of that week, her girlfriend BJ had taken a look at the product, loved it and said, well, I'm interested too. By the end of the month, her mum Lindley and her girlfriend Liz, they were in. Now, I knew Ben. I didn't know Kate. I certainly didn't know any of these women. Lindley and Liz turned out to be nurses and they lived in New Zealand. I'd never even been in New Zealand. Now, I still had my corporate job, stuck in the little silo, but I also had my Juice Plus business on the side with people starting to talk about it without me even being there. And I really saw the power of numbers start to show up with that. So that myth of, is it one of those things? Well, it was anything but. I was in one of those things. Do I have to hunt down my friends? Absolutely not. Some of my friends, take Juice Plus, smart ones who'll listen. Some of them actually have taken on board it as a business because they're in their mid-40s. They're getting burnt out with corporate and they're starting to want something on the side. But certainly it's not a hunt your friends down club. Those sort of things really started to dawn on me. If we could teach two people in this, and they could teach two people, 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 I started to dream. Imagine if I had a business with 32 people doing the same thing as me without me having to be there. And the compounding, the power of compounding, if you understand that. Imagine if I taught 5, and they taught 5, and they taught 5. I've missed a step. Imagine if you went 5 layers down, if everyone teaching 5, if you compound that, you got over 3,000 people. And I've seen that happen. And so that notion that this business is unlimited really, really was there for me. I've been in sales careers where I was told unlimited potential, unlimited earnings, where you're capped by your level of productivity in a normal environment. When you take on a franchise, particularly network marketing franchise, if the payment structure is there in a way that will serve the company, the people, the customers, and you as a franchisee, you truly can have unlimited wealth in that. And that blew me away, and I was able to really sink my teeth into it. For me, I was very fortunate. About a year ago, I got to step away from that corporate job. 25 years in the workplace, I got to step away from that and into this full-time. Because I saw if I give even a 10th of the time into this model that I had into a traditional job, I could succeed and it would continue to reap rewards. The next notion is, I guess, that, how do I make money? Is the money there? How do I get it? Is it sustainable? All those questions were there for me. Is it a big company? Is it going to fall over? Is it? Juice Plus, I had been to the US and seen some key people there. I'd been to conferences and I saw a company that had many tens of thousands of franchisees and a massive corporate presence, a company with over 10 billion in sales that was privately owned for over 40 years and a 25-year-old product without a recall. Now, I'd worked in fast-moving consumer products. I had my own business in that. I've worked in importing, wholesaling. I don't know what you fellas do, but if you really start to look at a business and analyse it on the numbers, on the metrics, it's not easy actually for things to really tick all the boxes. With Juice Plus, I saw something that did, and I was wrapped with that. I didn't read all the research and product. I just knew what it did for me. But from a business standpoint, it was the thing I was looking for. I really was prepared to get behind it because I knew it was going to outlast me. So, that notion then that am I going to be paid long term? Is the money there to be made? Absolutely. And what struck me is very cool. We got paid 3 ways in this business. We get paid a retail profit. All right. I don't know if you can read me pen. It says head office is in Newcastle. They do the importing, the warehousing, the shipping, the billing, the customer service, the follow-up, the credit control, the debt control. Love it. I just put my customers in touch with them and I'll get a retail clip on that. Now, I've had my own business before. I've imported and I've wholesaled and I made less money than everyone involved in the chain, and it hurt, right? So this notion that I do nothing and take some retail profit, I love. We also get paid a commission on our team. And that notion, I've worked in commission sales. I've made a lot of money in commission sales. But when you have a team of people who are doing what you do and you can earn off their efforts because you're pouring into them and teaching them, that is the power of compounding there. That's a biggie. And then we have bonuses. Now, I don't know about you fellas. I worked in industry where I got awesome bonuses. Multi-5-figure bonuses, sometimes each quarter. It was awesome. And then something happened. And that company changed and the industry changed. And I was told in one sentence, oh, your bonuses, yeah, they're no longer in. And it was the last day before the end of quarter. And I was told, you should have been told at the end of last quarter, no more bonuses. And I'd already banked mine, spent it, thought about it, knew what I was going to earn. Bonuses are hard to get. But in this company, we know how stable it is, and they incentivize us with bonuses, particularly in the beginning of our journey, to get us to the next level, to get us the money in the bank, to help us to earn and do all the rest. A handful of these bonuses, we come in, all as a virtual franchisee, hit a little goal, $100. That's not going to change the bank account too much. Go spend it on champagne for you and the missus. Nice way to spend $100. Next level up, $400 bonus. They call that DVF, SDVF we'll call it. Don't worry about the acronym. $400 bonus you can earn just for doing what's needed. The cool thing is the person who taught you gets a $400 bonus. And last month I had $1,200 in bonuses because I taught three people how to do this. So I collected 3 by $400 bonuses. Love it. Next bonus, $600. All right. Next bonus, $1,200. Next bonus, $15. And then the bonus I just got last month, each of these whiles, person who taught you getting $1,200, person who taught you $1,500, or if you teach someone, you get their bonuses too. This is unlimited. You want to continue to teach, you continue to earn those bonuses and they stack. The final bonus, when you hit that NMD level, $3,000, that's a nice handy one. There are additional bonuses involved in the club level, what we call it's a very, very smart marketing plan. They call it a marketing plan. It's a pay plan as far as I'm concerned, a compensation plan. Very, very smart and reward the workers. Not going to reward you if you don't put in the effort. The more you pour into it, go wide, as they say, the more you can earn there. And certainly as you do effort, you can earn bonuses as well. There is actually a fourth way we get paid. They call it a bid. It's pretty cool. It's called a business incentive bonus. It's actually like a marketing levy that you receive because you've hit a certain level and you can get that to reinvest into your business. Pay for your computer, pay for your Zoom, pay for whatever it is. And you can earn that in every single country that we're in. And that can, you work hard, you get that in the door, and that bid can actually run your business and beyond, or you just take off the money, play, reinvest, do whatever you want. This is an unlimited earning company, guys. I mean that because I've been in a handful of things making good money, had my own business where I didn't make any money, and I've been around people making a lot more money than I ever dreamed of through this compensation plan. So thanks for listening on that front. We'll go back to you, J-Mo.
Mate, that was absolutely sensational. Thanks for sharing. I'm always enthralled to see your presentation on that, because it just makes so much sense. Like, from what I was doing, working in a normal job, to be able to do something that's a smarter way to do business, it makes so much sense. For $165 to own your own franchise, where in the world could you be able to do that? Less than a night out on the town, you might as well do it. Everyone's looking to get healthier and wealthier, so why wouldn't you say yes? We're going to hear from another fella who is rocking along in the business, Chris. And I'd love to get a quick rundown on your story, mate, and how Juice Plus came into your life with the business, and what it's done for you and your family, and what you're looking forward to, mate. You're unmuted, ready to go.
Thanks, mate. Can everyone hear me? Yep. Okay, great. Thanks for having me on. I got into the business after my son was put on the kids' choose, and connected to the health study through a good friend of mine. She's also involved in the business. And that's certainly changed his habits. But my looking at him, thinking, what's going on here? It's changing. And then this friend of mine, she says to me, you should have a look at this business. I'm a photographer. And since digital photography came in to the fore, it certainly changed the way business worked. And for many years, I worked on my own, working at home on your computer. You do a job, you go home. Good old days, you had a network of people that you worked with, so you had a support. And that certainly wasn't there. So it got to a point where a couple of years ago, I was quite unhappy with myself, unhappy with the business, wasn't making much money. And then, she says to me, you should look at this business. She says, it's cheap. It's $165 to get into it. They train you, and I can tell you now, the training is awesome. The support from the crew, from the tribe, is unbelievable. You can ask them any question anytime, and somebody will help you along. And you can learn new things about social media, using Facebook, for instance, to make money. Then the thing that she says to me is, and you can apply all of this to your photography business. And I'm like, and she goes, it's a no-brainer. And it was a no-brainer. So in the end, I just went, yep, all right, I'm going to do this. So I bought the business, I bought the franchise. I've plodded along, but I've got to tell you, the self-development, the learning, my learning how to use Facebook properly, all that sort of thing has been phenomenal. And I'm just pushing along. Now I've got, new goals. Certainly looking forward to making this business work for me. And funnily enough, it's all part-time, which is really, really amazing. I'm still running my photography business, but my enthusiasm, my growth, my learning that I've had from this Juice Plus business has definitely added to the photography side. So the two are working hand in hand, and I'm really enjoying the challenges ahead of me. I'm really looking forward to the goals and making this business work, and also my photography business. And for the first time in a very long time, I've got other goals, to spend more time with my family, go on trips around the world. My son wants me to buy a boat. I'm thinking, yeah, I can buy a boat if I could just get this thing down pat. So it's a really, really good feeling. I'm on the product myself, and I'm going to tell you, my energy levels are amazing. I'm just overwhelmed by it. And some days I just bounce out of bed and go, let's go, do this. So the business is, the business itself, getting involved in the business, aside from the product, has been an exciting change for me. And thanks for letting me share that with you.
Awesome, Chris. Thanks for sharing, buddy. It's always great to hear your story and how exciting it's going for you and where it's heading. You know, and it is truly an amazing business to be a part of. Like you guys had mentioned, the tribe, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what your background is or what you do. We're in 30 different countries around the world globally. So, you know, you can literally do this from anywhere, anytime, wherever, with whoever you want. I know that for me, sometimes I just go down the beach and you can use your phone and do a quick post or chat to somebody, and you never know where it can lead, or sharing it. And that's what this is all about, just sharing and caring for everybody and what they want to do in their life. You know, for me, I was stuck in this boat building world and thought that that's me forever. I got me trade. I'm set. I'll sail around the world, but unfortunately, I'm stuck in a boatyard grinding fiberglass half the time, and it's not really all that exciting what it was cracked up to be. I definitely have had some exciting moments in that career, sailing the world, definitely doing different jobs, but it sort of certainly wasn't fulfilling me, and where this is heading is just absolutely got me so excited. I'm able to go on more surf sailing safaris. Recently was just in the Maldives with some buddies having a ball, and we've got a few more lined up throughout the next couple of months. So it's just brilliant to be able to dream more. I think we've all got a dream in our life and what we want to do, but to be able to dream bigger and to give that freedom, the time freedom, is what we're all searching for. And, you know, seriously, most people think that they're going to make money by investing or being in real estate, which is quite the norm, which we're all sort of set and taught about. And certainly in real estate, you know, it's a great time to be in the market and all that kind of thing, or selling or whatever. But seriously, you've got to own around $2 million outright to earn around $100K per year residual income, and most people certainly don't have a spare $2 million laying around to buy a property. You know, a lot of people go into so much debt, and shit fight can happen, and you're on your ass, and guess it's game over. Whereas this, it just keeps building. You can get paid in your sleep. You know, you could go out and you could go and invest in stocks or whatever, but it's kind of another form of gambling unless you really know how to work the market. It's a big risk. And also, I think, you know, you could go and invent something or become a rock star, but it's a bloody long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. For this, it's a no-brainer, really. Like, you know, if not this, then what? You know, there's lots of other things out there you could do. And this is just a brilliant way to do something on the side and have fun and meet lots of cool people and enjoy the ride, because this is what it is all about, is having fun. We're constantly having get-togethers and parties, and they call that work. So I don't know where you can do that in life and get paid for it and have a ball. So, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for listening in, guys. If you're watching this as a recording, you know, please go out and get your questions answered, because I know I had lots, and it sometimes can seem too good to be true. But, you know, certainly, as you've heard, you can't deny the stories that you heard are real and what it's doing for people's lives. And I've seen it with my own eyes that people are creating incredible lifestyles. And for me, it's certainly the way forward. I can't think of a smarter way of being able to get by in life. So thanks for listening in. I will end the recording there. There we go.